the house, you see on the roof, crouched and looming over the front of it, arms trailing, cloak and hood up, perched a massive female humanoid form that is just knees up beneath the robe, weird, unnaturally long arms curled over the edge, just sitting and smiling and watching.
Right. Isharnai.
The creature's arms kind of unfurl a bit and grab. Make a perception check.
11.
As the arms move back and kind of grasp the front edges of the roof, there's something very unnatural in the way the arms move, almost like each arm has two elbows, where it seems to almost bend and then unbend as it grabs.
Do I see her yet?
Nope, none of you see her.
Well, I was with Fjord.
Right.
Wow.
You see Fjord say this.
To something
To some,
right.
in the air.
She's invisible.
and as soon as you said that name, the head kind of looks right to you. You can see from the tattered lengths of black, oily hair that spill from underneath the hood, and the kind of long, pointed jaw where the jowls kind of hang a bit to the back. But the high cheekbones themselves kind of pull in an almost mockery of elvish features. The deep-set green eyes almost glowing from within the shaded hood, piercing right towards you.
We come seeking a conversation.
Would you say that she looks like the ring girl, only old?
Old, swollen, and 6'5" hunched.
Sweet.
Interesting. Oh boy. You all hear this now. While she speaks, it's almost vibrating around you sourcelessly. Even within the house, it feels like it's coming from the walls. But you all kind of turn and you can sense the source a bit coming from the house, but you cannot see anything.
Which of you visited me from afar these past days? I would like to see the face that held the prying eye.
Are you guys actually gonna look at me right now? You're looking at me. Gulp.
What you guys see is suddenly there is a cracking shift of wood and thatch, and you see dust and moss kind of fall from the roof as you watch her leap into the air. And you feel on the ground next to you as dust dissipates out. You sense a presence immediately to your left. You watch her leap 15 feet in the air and with an impact slam into the ground next to Jester and then come back to her full hunched height, looming over her.
What's her posture like?
From the robes that you can tell, and there are a number of from what you can see close up, the kind of gray-brown coloring of the stained cloak that goes over the darker beneath robes. There's ratty gold twine that's wrapped around parts of the arms and the wrists, kind of holding it and clutching it in places to the body and crossing around the chest, almost like it's holding the billowing robe close to the form for movement. The body itself is kind of curved backward in an S formation, where the front of the torso kind of pulls back like a serpent, and then the shoulders slouch forward, and the head itself emerges from the shoulders in the center in a very heavy hunch. And even in that form, stands about 6.5 feet tall. You imagine if she were able to stand straight, would be pushing probably 7.5 feet.
I'll say her name again and look very directly in her direction and say, Isharnai, we've done much to seek an audience with you. We hope we might be able to converse peacefully.
You can hear the loud sniffing sound and the warmth of breath on your cheek, Jester. And then takes a step back, and another step back, kind of towards the house a bit, kind of getting between you and the house. but still back towards the trees. There's nobody behind her. As the invisibility fades and the rest of you begin to now see the physical form of Isharnai there in the fading light of the late afternoon.
It is rare to have so many visitors, let alone all at once at my home. You come here, survive the trial of the trek, and I assume it's because you're driven by the need for strong answers. Yes. What is it that drives you then? Come. Come, we can talk. One at a time.
Another time?
That's some sleep at worship.
Those of you who are inside the house, as you're kind of glancing through and seeing this, the head kind of darts in an unnatural speed in your direction, and the arm emerges and goes.
I just grabbed Nott by the hand.
Is it not still invisible?
Yeah.
Do you leave the house?
Yeah, I guess so.
Do I see any shit running down Nott's legs?
Does it?
Just a little.
Invisible shit.
Oh, you can see invisibility.
Yeah.
Little bit, little trickle.
The rest of us just see rabbit pellets appear.
Yasha, do you walk with them? Because you're at the threshold.
Yeah.
Okay. You watch as she makes these long, lumbering strides towards the house, the arms swaying unnaturally from side to side. As she reaches the base of the rock, there's a pause. And then she skitters up the side like a spider before getting to the top.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's bad, you're bad.
Steps inside the house, leaving the door open. You see her spin from the inside and kind of rest, sitting on what looks almost like on a stool, but you see her pull a large box, one of the kind of crates that was empty on the side, as a chair, scoots it up and sits on the opposite side of the table and arranges it in front of her, takes the lantern, sets it on a hook.
Who wishes to talk?
Gross. Well, two of you are here for a reason, and all of us can get our palms read. Would you prefer someone else went first?
Yes. Yes, I don't know what to expect, yes. Someone with lower stakes.
Sure, I'll go. Well, I mean, if somebody has to go, I'll talk.
So you enter the house? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Speed by yourself.
You step into the room, and it's tight quarters with the two of you in there. You're about 5 feet from her comfortably. And as you step into the chamber, the door closes behind you on its own. You guys lose all sight of Fjord. The chamber is just closed, and the interior light is not visible.
We can't even look through the windows.
There are no windows.
Can you hear anything?
And no, there is a door. The lantern marked ahead lights the room, but the shadows still cast across the upper half of the face, and you can see the piercing, kind of faint glow of green eyes from underneath, kind of looking right at you. The arms themselves kind of spread out akimbo and grasping the sides of her knees as she stares towards you.
So,
Oh, you're waiting for me to speak.
I assume you came with a reason.
I did. Forgive me, the words fall a bit short when you're in the room of something as revered and mysterious as yourself. We've actually done quite a bit of research.
Flattery. I like it.
Happy to please. I suppose my question would start with, it seems one of our party was affected by something that you might have done with her. It is of great interest to us if we might be able to discuss a way to lift your effect.
I take it you mean the goblin among you.
There is not much that escapes your view.
That was quite the favor I had repaid that day.
Favor repaid.
I am a woman of my word. It takes a lot to ask me to break of my promises. I have a reputation to maintain.
You've done a beautiful job. Might I ask, you said a favor was repaid. I can't imagine someone of your ilk is in need of services very often.
Not often, no. Circumstances can sometimes be strange.
I understand. We happen to be a group of individuals that often find ourselves in strange circumstances. Perhaps we could be of use to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my gosh, yes.
With disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That was a 22, and that's a 10.
so good.
A 10?
Yeah.
40.
No favors. I thrive on my connections. One could trade, perhaps.
Trade. You seem to know all. Is there anything that you have a particular interest in?
I've seen many lifetimes, and
You hear this heavy crack as the net kind of snaps in an unnatural way.
No. Incorrect.
I enjoy being tethered to misery. It feeds me. And your friend has been a delicious drip.
I'm sure you can understand I don't want to speak for any of the other members of our group, but there may be more misery amongst us.
Existing misery is paltry. New misery. That is lasting.
I care very much for these people. If I am not one to offer you what you would seek, I'm sure there is someone in our group that may be able to satisfy. But is there anything, as you see through me, that interests you?
For this transaction, perhaps not, but if you seek other enlightenment, shifting one's fortunes, a change in the backhand of fate, if you will, I could turn that around a bit.
You paint an alluring picture. But no, I thank you for your time, and I turn and I leave.
The door's already open for you.
Wow.
That was very good.
No response beyond that.
I woke up.
What happened? Are you okay?
I'm afraid.
Oh,
Fuck, the humidity change is so dramatic. She's a deal maker. She's attracted by misery, not existing, but perhaps new. It seems we'll have to give something in order to have your curse
I walk
lifted.
in.
Caleb, as soon as she comes
let
out, fireball the wall.
You step in and the door closes behind you.
Okay. Why wait?
misery.
What's this about new misery? What now? Yeah, okay.
You have a familiar scent on you. I can sense we are already tethered in some way.
Tell me.
Familiar taste.
Familiar. So. Not new.
Not new. But I can take new.
What more could you take from me that you haven't already?
You have an imagination, don't you? Quite a lot. What would you give me?
Why don't you start by telling me what you've taken?
From you?
From me and mine.
I have given. I have granted what was asked of me.
Yeah.
And yet you smell of misery. You ask a question you already know the answer to.
Nothing's given freely. Ever. So. If I already smell of misery, not new misery, what more could you want?
She shifts her demeanor towards you, thinking.
It's not about specifically taking. What I want is to be given something that you know you would not want to lose.
And then what do I get?
I release your friend. But the scales have to weigh evenly.
I'll walk away from all of it. Everything that I've worked really hard to get. It's family. Family.
It's in the air. It's not your fault. It's all of us.
This family. My old family. My new brother. My position.
This is a new deal for a new misery. Think about it if you're uncertain. But you've come this far, have you not? Be ashamed to walk away empty-handed.
I leave.
Beauregard exits.
What did you say? What did you do? What
What
happened?
just happened?
Me?
Well, what did you do?
She knows you're here, Nott.
I'm
What did you
invisible.
do?
I didn't do anything.
She knows.
Not yet.
All right, I'll go in.
Okay. You muster the courage.
A little more sip.
Okay. It's been quite a while since you drank, so you're not drunk anymore. You're on the cusp of a mild headache.
I'm tired.
But you enter the chamber and it closes behind you. The woman is currently looming over the table, looking towards you, and is just filling most of your vision at that point before she sits into a resting position. Leans in on the table, looking down at you, arms kind of crossing, and you see once again like the dual joints kind of bending before folding.
It's been some time, halfling girl.
So you remember me?
I remember everything.
Have you done this to other people?
Not quite this way, but you're not the first punishment I've been asked to enforce.
Might I ask why? You said a debt, but what debt?
Let's just say those goblins once did me quite the favor with something I couldn't achieve myself.
And they did this favor for you in exchange for a repayment?
For a favor to them. Then one day they came and called that debt in. I felt it was maybe a bit small-minded, but I respect those in the throes of anger and vengeful fury. That's a powerful thing.
Just hypothetically, if they didn't exist anymore, would that debt need be honored?
Oh, my word is my bond. Whether or not they're around, I cannot just discard my promises, reputation, and all that.
And to undo it, you would need some sort of payment from me.
Or a equal misery in turn.
What if... Does the misery have to affect me or my friends? Can it be anyone?
It can be a misery offered, but it has to be given freely. It's hard to take something like that. The willingness is what makes it so right.
The willingness. So another life, another body, something like that? What about... I've got two options here. How about the life of a weasel? Not big enough, right?
You're amusing, little one.
I've been drinking a lot today. I'm not promising anything, but what if two warring nations were about to form a lasting peace, and that peace just sort of went away?
Sick. Fucking sick.
That would cause misery for thousands, tens of thousands of people.
But I am not tethered to that misery. Unless you tether it for me.
The eyes are growing brighter.
How does that work?
Without looking, the hand reaches over and extends all the way to the shelf from her sitting position on the opposite end of the room. And between the fingers, you could see grasping what looks like 4 different jars and vials and pulling them over.
I have ways. Tinctures that can bear the connection.
That I would have to take, swallow, apply?
Apply. Have them swallow themselves of me.
Swallow. I won't be able to do it today, obviously.
But if you do this, then I will remove happily this hex I hold on your soul.
And I'll go back to being the way I was?
With the right magic, yes. I could help with that, though the process is a bit painful, if familiar.
Yes. What does that do? It just connects you to that person's soul?
It's difficult to explain. But sure. Close enough.
Do I have to leave a deposit or something? Or can I just take one?
Or do you agree to my transaction?
I don't know if it's possible, even. Oh boy. I better go talk to my friends.
The glasses kind of clink together as she places them not back on the shelf, but to the floor, the side, kind of in a holding position. The other hand kind of gives a gesture as the door opens behind you.
Just sort of back out of the room. Just one more question before I go.
Yeah?
Did you enjoy doing this to me?
Didn't enjoy doing it to you. I've enjoyed everything since.
All right, I'll leave. Not much happened in there. I kind of want to kill her, but I feel like that's going to be super hard.
I actually agree with you, only because I can't imagine any of us would be able to give anything that wouldn't shift our lives or the lives of those around us without getting what we want.
What did she tell you?
She told me that she could help.
How? Why? What did you offer?
Things that don't really affect us, though.
Like what?
Just other people. You know?
Other people? You offered to torture other people?
I didn't offer to torture anyone. I would make sure that none of us were harmed or sacrificed in any way.
What did you offer?
That sounds dark, Nott. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of evil people out there. These people who have been waging war against each other, and they're not innocent. They've been doing this to each other now for years, and they could have stopped at any time.
And you singled out specific people?
No, I mean,
Are we talking about the assembly or?
What did you offer?
I didn't make any deals. I just said that.
I already had a conversation with her.
Okay.
What did you
What did
offer?
you offer?
I just know whatever she wants, it's gotta be substantial. So what did you offer?
Just maybe tether her to one of the souls of, Emperor Dwendal, maybe?
How?
Is it like a pill? I mean,
That doesn't sound very doable.
Well, I mean, we can do a lot of things.
Like kill this lady?
I think it's easier to get Dwendal to swallow a pill than it is to kill this lady.
Dwendal is surrounded by hundreds of loyal subjects.
Yes, but we'll be right next to him.
Right next to her.
Plus, it's most certainly not as cut and dry as that. There's always ripples.
Exactly.
Wait, so she wants a sacrifice? I don't understand.
She said she wanted the scales to be even, so for the gesture, for lifting the curse from Nott, whatever the exchange is has to be equally monumental, devastating, with misery attached to it.
What was it worth to turn you into this? What did they pay?
For her?
Yeah.
It's a favor, it's a debt to these goblins, to my old clan.
I offered to make our services available, and she declined.
I offered to kill the goblins, and she said that wouldn't be enough. What did you offer, Beau?
She wants new misery, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if I just go in and offer to cut off my hand or something? Do you think that's enough?
No.
But I really like my hand.
Both.
Both my hands?
And probably several other people's.
You have to no longer be able to paint.
What did you offer, Beau? I offered war.
I think TJ, my little brother, and Luke could be best friends.
Did you offer to kill them?
No.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I'm good at being a loner. I'm used to it. I'm comfortable there.
What does that mean? You would be isolated or something?
The things we've done together. I'm never gonna top that. And you're right. we have to fix you. Because you have a son. You have a little boy to raise. And all of us, we're eventually gonna find our own way. It's not gonna last forever. And, you know, maybe this is what it was all leading to, you know? Molly's lessons that he taught me, and this weird connection between me and you and this fucking hag, and...
What are you talking about? Are you saying you're gonna kill yourself? Are you saying what are you saying?
No.
She's saying she'll leave all this.
You're going to leave us?
You all are the greatest family I could ever ask for. I can't top this, you know?
Then don't offer that. Don't offer that at all.
But, think about it.
No, she's
I walk
right.
in.
Okay. The door closes behind you.
Damn it.
They were saying you want misery, and I have it in spades. What are you looking for?
You walk with heavy scars already. I don't know if you could offer me a fair trade. It's hard to feed from those who already wallow at the bottom. But I could turn that around for you if you'd like.
How?
Well, what is it you dream? What is it that eludes your grasp? What is something that you wish for on the night's cloudy sky?
I don't know if you could give me what I want.
Perhaps I can. I can do many things, but I have even my limitations.
Can you bring people back from the dead?
It is difficult, but not impossible.
So if you did it, if you could bring this person back, no, we're here for one thing. I don't need anything from you. But I could give you something that would cause me a lot of misery to give you. I take out my book from Molly. I have been collecting things for someone to bring to them. These were for my wife. And I pull out a flower from Molly. I don't want to give these things away, but I can.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Persuasion's already pretty low. That's cocked. Okay. I rolled a 1.
It's a nice bar.
Yeah.
A good thought, but not equal. Not all journeys come to a resolution.
I know one resolution. But I don't think it would end very well for you.
You watch as the shoulders kind of pull back a bit, and you swear for an instant her body seems to almost swell and grow as the shadows grow across the walls behind her. She sits a little higher in the seat.
Do tell.
Oh, I just meant I would kill you. And then maybe all of this would be resolved.
You guys can hear the laughter emitting from the inside of the house.
I don't like that. You think
That's not I feel like, I don't know, maybe you should hear what everyone else has to offer before we get to that place.
Smart of you, child of the wastes.
The door opens up.
She's all yours, whoever wants to go in there.
I go in.
One by one, okay.
Oh, Jester. Let's just fuck.
Hi.
You're the one that found me?
I did. I'm really sorry about it. You know, we just really needed to see, like, who we were going to come to see, and I didn't know that it would bother you. You know, I didn't even think about the fact that it's like, you know, in the future, if you ever want to scry on us, I wouldn't blame you, you know, because I did it to you before.
Can that witch die from anti-misery?
Take some.
Right. What is it you seek?
Oh, I'm just looking for a way to break that curse that, you know, you gave to my friend. I don't want her to be a goblin anymore because she doesn't want to be a goblin. So.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, have you an offering for trade?
Oh, something that would make me so miserable, right? That's what you want?
Yes.
Let's see. I'm a pretty happy person.
I can see that.
And I said I could offer, like, to give you a hand. Like, literally, if I cut my hand off or something.
Or something. Those are artistic hands.
Yeah, I paint. I draw. I also play piano. Do you want me to play something for you?
I'm fine, but thank you.
You know, I bet you don't get a lot of entertainment out here, right? What if in exchange we, like, play you a concert, I could paint your portrait? You don't have any mirrors, you know? I could show you what you look like.
Back to what you said before. Are you offering your artistic expression?
You like my, ability to draw?
It is something I see brings you much joy.
It does, it really does.
You see, like, saliva gathering at the edges of her mouth. Kind of one single string kind of under the table.
If you give me your hands.
Like, literally, like my hands? Like, how will I eat? You know? Like, what if it's just, my ability to draw?
You have friends who can feed you, right?
Oh man, that's gonna suck real bad to not have any hands at all.
Does it negate it if I go and I grow them back or something?
I think you know how intense and lasting these bargains can be.
Oh, right, I wouldn't be able to grow them back. Both of my hands. That just seems so stupid. Oh.
She flicks a finger and you see one of the empty cages in the wall kind of about the right size for two hands.
That's going to make things so difficult. No hands.
You're the one who offered it.
Individuals make do all the
Wait,
time.
what about when I cast spells? Like with my fingers? Is it like Doctor Strange where like I can still do it?
That would be a conversation between you and whatever entity.
His name is the Traveler. He's a really powerful god. I bet he's here right now looking over me.
Right. Have we a deal?
As she leans forward, seeming to consume the interior of the chamber, looming over and down upon you, the one lengthy hand reaching out like this.
Well, hold on. Maybe before we make the deal, I can eat one last cupcake. Since I won't be able to do it. Okay. I'm going to pull out my last blueberry cupcake.
How long has this been now?
I'm going to.
It's been this long.
It took forever.
I'm gonna walk up and just.
You're not in there.
I'm walking up to the front door.
Do your thing.
Will you split this cupcake with me? Have you ever had a blueberry cupcake?
I don't believe I have.
See, I'm using my fingers to break it in half.
Oh my god.
Make a persuasion check.
24.
She reaches out and grabs the other half of the cupcake. It's so small in her long, curled fingers. Kind of.
That was sprinkled with the dust of deliciousness.
Okay. Remind me what that is again?
That is a dust that makes food taste much better. And it also gives you a disadvantage on wisdom checks and wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Modify Memory.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Hold on.
My stomach hurts so much.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
And I'm going. Well, I'm going to see if it works.
Come on, come on, come on.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
It does.
If I no, it doesn't. It just affects like how long ago I could do it. This is within the last 24 hours, so 5th level is what I need to cast it at.
It is here. Okay, there we go. Okay.
God, what?
Okay.
Did I succeed?
Yep.
I'm going to make her believe that she enjoyed my company so very much that she agreed to end Nott's curse because she liked hanging out so much. And she hasn't had good company in a very long time.
Laura fucking Bailey.
Just going through the details of the spell here.
Deliberate.
Okay. So as you complete your incantation, the minute of describing this shift in time, you,
I get done with telling her that and I just start going, oh my god, you are so funny.
It has been quite a while since I've taken just a moment to relax,
I know, right? Everybody needs that.
Strange day.
I know, but thank you so much. It means a lot.
You caught me in a good mood. Well, should you come across any more of those cupcakes,
I will send them your way.
do not be afraid to come visit again.
I will definitely do that. You know, they make some that are called black moss cupcakes. I will let you know because, yeah.
Well, the night grows late.
Yeah, it is. It's getting dark outside.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Something that you've always wanted?
Just your company, you know. Thank you. Should I send my friend Nott in, or is it just? Do you need to see her?
Oh, it's fine.
you see the hand kind of wave past, and the shadows of the room grow extremely dark. The lantern fights to maintain a flame, and then it slowly expands back out.
A deal is a deal.
This has been fun. long journey back, I guess. I guess we should head out, huh? Thank you so much. See you later.
See you sometime.
Okay. Does the door do the thing?
Right.
She seems very distracted and is trying to piece together incongruent events, but waves a hand and the door closes behind.
We gotta go. You're good. Let's go.
What?
Let's go.
Okay.
Come on. Let's go.
What do you mean?
Let's get the fuck out of
We're-
here. Go.
we're
I need to
walking.
get the tincture.
No, you don't. Your curse is broken. Deal has been made. Everything's fine.
What did you give her?
What do you mean it's been broken?
I gave her something very precious. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Your hands are
Come
still
on.
there.
I know. You know what?
What did
she
you
ended
give
up
her?
being a really nice lady.
Jester,
we got along.
are you sure?
Everything's fine.
Then
I am
let's go.
so
Let's
serious.
walk.
Let's go.
Oh, go. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right, well, we're leaving. Does not look the same?
Yeah, that looks the same.
Yeah, it's just the curse has been gone. We can try that spell.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's go. Let's just
Gather your things and rapidly follow the very insistent Jester back into now the night shadows of the swamp ahead of you. Still exhausted, still recovering from the initial journey, you briskly vanish into the shadows of night.
200 feet behind them, a shadow caleb's going.
As you make your way into the deep mists, we're going to end tonight's session there.
Fucking beast! You fucking beast!
Amazing.
Oh my god, what a troll!
I can't even begin to digest
living.
That was such
the
a
dust
boss
of
move.
deliciousness on the cupcake.
I've been holding on to fucking
I have
dust of the
forgotten
fuck.
about that fucking item.
And it's
That
so
is-
good for 5 more servings.
So obviously, in the moment, a legendary moment of this campaign.
Fun point of order.
The fucking swing.
Fun point of order.
Moment.
The first roll I rolled was a 2, and then I was like, "Oh, she's disadvantage." Well, no, but she has advantage on magic resistance,
So it's just.
so it's just the roll, and
was
still
a
a
2.
fail.
That's what your face journey was.
Yeah.
It was a complicated.
It was like,
one.
oh fuck, wait, no, but disadvantage.
You
No,
completely fucking Gretel'd his Hansel. Like,
Yeah.
it was just,
Yeah.
oh my god, you fed a witch a baked good. How?
For every inflict wounds that has failed, that your dice have failed you on,
Up to this.
God,
That
that was the greatest.
was payback.
That was a major moment.
I would have started a war again.
Beau was about to just walk away from everything.
Sacrifice
Some dark,
No, made up my mind.
doubting motherfucker.
You sacrificed a cupcake.
Yeah.
Half a cupcake.
You were pretty moldy. Like,
You were
Oh my god.
World War III or a hostess cupcake.
Is modify memory permanent? Yes.
Yeah. Unless somebody
It's permanent?
gets it out of
Yep.
them.
It's permanent. She will forever.
It's permanent until greater restoration
Yes.
or remove curses cast.
And if they don't know that anything happened, then why would they ever?
Only if something
ask
like,
for that?
yeah, it will only undo
She
if
just
something.
seemed to be dealing with the incongruent elements of her day's events.
Yeah, there's a fair chance we Rakshasa
But
this
you
shit,
know what?
but
We
A very long living, very intelligent and conniving individual that has made their living off of feeding off the misery of other people that she's tricked them into.
Oh my god. Yep.
This is
But
gonna
we'll
be
pick
great.
this up next Thursday.
Oh!
cannot believe
Holy shit.
I am so proud of you, Lord Baby. That was
So
amazing.
clutch.
some goddamn walk-off ninth inning
As
Grand
a-
Slam World Series.
As a dungeon master, that was one of the more frustrating moments. like as a person that's built to an intense encounter like this, and one of the most proud I've been of a player outsmarting me.
Wow.
It was cool though because we could see you're like vague disappointment of like, no, this is my big. No, I'm leaning into this.
There is a hidden map over there behind a special curtain. Yeah. That we're never gonna see.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Until
Well, we'll
You
see.
don't know.
You can walk into the swamp and hear a scream.
Yeah. That's true.
But nevertheless, that's the end of our session tonight. We'll be back with this next Thursday.
Fudge. Wow.
I want to throw up.
I'm gonna have to just chew on that one tonight. Holy fuck, Laura.
Creepy as fuck in each one of those. What do we call them? Interviews?
I mean,
What a session. What are these long-fingered creatures that we've
Double
encountered?
elbows?
For some, well, like the Kiona the Keen just happened to be a character you into. This one's been planned for a long time.
Oh my god. I thought you were gonna go like give her a tarot card reading or something. I was like,
I had
gonna do
cards
something
ready.
weird, but
See, I've been waiting.
I got like 2 more in there. Yeah, I got like 3 more.
That was
now
so
I can throw
cool.
my phone again.
My tactics ogre
Oh my god.
cards there, just in case somebody wanted to go ahead and
Get a reading?
and get a reading based on them wanting something and making an exchange like Thoreau did.
Oh yeah. That's the thing.
Oh man! Alrighty. Well, nevertheless, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll pick it up next Thursday. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.
Not for another week.
I know.
What the